Hello everyone. In this episode, we're going to break down Obi-Wan Kenobi Episode 1 and give it a few thoughts. Jumping right in, we start off with a huge recap of everything that went down in the prequel films. I don't know about y'all, but I absolutely love visually seeing these callbacks and flashbacks to other movies. I'd take that any day over just hearing a few lines of dialogue referencing it. I get a lot more refreshed and into it this way. Even though I did literally just watch Revenge of the Sith before watching this episode. To go along with this, getting new scenes that take place during the events of Order 66, especially with this updated cinematography and effects, was just really cool to see. Even cooler was the fact that it was such a long scene of, I don't remember the name after typing the script, but a Jedi named Minas Velti. And the scene goes without any visual cuts that reminded me of the Daredevil hallway fights. To add to this horrific event, you can even hear Palpatine's voice just echoing throughout the building saying, "Execute Order 66, which makes the scene even more dramatic and scary. Now, I didn't notice it at first, but this scene is actually far more important later in the episode, because it turns out Reva, the third sister, was one of the younglings. 10 years later, we see her again, but this time she's turned and joined by the Grand Inquisitor and the fifth brother. We don't see it yet, but the Grand Inquisitor has this crazy double-bladed lightsaber you can always see on his back, and I am so ready to see it. Once we meet Obi-Wan, we see just how much of a toll Anakin's supposed death has taken on him. It started giving me Wolverine vibes from Logan, a more hopeless shell of a man that once was. He truly believes he's failed as a Jedi and a mentor. This leads him to really dive into the shadows and attempt a somewhat normal life while also keeping a close eye on Luke Skywalker. One of the bigger surprises of the episode is meeting a young Leia. She really resembles her mother Padme through her recklessness, even having a body double try and take her place of work. On the other hand, Luke resembles his father Anakin. This is through his shared love of pod racing at such a young age. I do think we'll get to see the return of Qui-Gon after Obi-Wan calls out to him for help. It was something teased right at the end of Revenge of the Sith, so this would be the best place to pay that off. We already get a few more blatant setups for Star Wars A New Hope through Obi-Wan, essentially just wanting to be called Ben Kenobi instead, and finding both his old lightsaber and Anakin's buried together. As we come to find out, Leia becomes the youngest senator ever. Now we get a glimpse into how that came to be by seeing just how smart she is with the different ships flying by and how proper / somewhat strict her life can be. After that scene of her calling out her cousin, it's also fair to say that her connection to the Force could explain how she knew some of those things about him and helped her along her political journey. We even see C-3PO after having his mind wiped at the end of Revenge of the Sith, as they did become the property of Leia's family. It's revealed at the end of the episode that Reva has hired a group to take young Leia as a way to force Obi-Wan out of hiding. It's important to note that since her and Luke are twins, she is just as important and has an equal chance at saving the galaxy in the later films, which is why even if they don't know who she really is, it's honestly the perfect way to get Obi-Wan out of hiding. The only thing better than that would be to just take Luke right in front of him. Then the very last thing that pushes him to come out of hiding and start this journey is seeing that young Jedi that he could have protected, that came to him for help. All of these things combined is what now will lead us hopefully down the road of redemption. At the time of recording, we just got announced that the sequel game to Fallen Order is coming out in 2023, titled Star Wars Jedi Survivor, and will take place around the same time as this series. So keep an eye out for a potential Cal live-action cameo or just reference at some point before the season's end. And that's everything I found in episode 1. What did you think of the episode? If there's anything I missed, comment it down below because I'd love to hear it. And that's that. See ya.